Good morning. How's everybody? I guess you're all wondering why I didn't come back last night and post about the verdict. Well, I was kind of confused. First of all, it happened very quickly. I didn't expect to see it until next week. And secondly, I wanted to wait to see the reactions, and I kept waiting and I kept waiting, and they were all predictable reactions. It's Biden's fault, it's this, it's that. It's not Biden's fault. You did something wrong. You got caught. You got convicted. Is anything going to really happen to him? I doubt it very seriously. Will he go to jail? No, I don't think so. Not for this. Maybe for something else. See, they made it. They need to get that documents trial going because I believe there is evidence of possible treason by Trump. Evidence of him possibly trying to sell some documents that said classified on them to a foreign power, specifically Putin or Xi. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. And little Kim, because he will do that. If you give this man full immunity, which is what he wants, is he wants a blanket immunity against prosecution for crimes committed while he's president. You can't do that for the president of the United States because the president of the United States has access to documents that, if they are moved around, is treason. You know, and you can't give him immunity from treason because Trump will sell everything. He'll sell the U.S. Treasury. What are you kidding me? What a scumbag. I don't know how you people listen to him. I don't know how you people want to vote for him. Um, it's nothing there. This happens a lot when people get disgusted with the politics because they look at Congress and Congress isn't doing anything because it's a partisanship deal. You know, the Republicans don't want to work with the Democrats. The Democrats don't want to work with the Republicans. So therefore, nothing positive gets done unless it's on an international level where we're, defending one of our allies or something like that. Then maybe you can get them both to agree on something. You cannot get them to agree on anything that's going to affect your country and you. And that's the thing you got to start thinking about. Not what's Trump going to do, not what Biden's going to do. What are you going to do? What are you as citizens of this country are going to do? How are you going to live? Who's better for you? Neither one of them, as far as I'm concerned. Uh, but there has to be something done, either a legitimate third party, which I don't see in the horizon anywhere because of money issues, because where the politicians are all backed by major corporations and rich people and whatnot. They don't. So they're not caring about us. And if you look at history, when the disparity between the rich and the poor gets as bad as it is in the United States right now, with less than 1% of the people controlling 90% of the wealth, you begin to see the grounds for revolution. And now, in the most part, because of our economy and the way our lifestyles are, we have a tendency to try not to rock the boat so much. You have serious drug problems, you have serious gang related problems in the United States. So that prevents a unity. We're down to the neighborhood thing. And neighborhoods are controlled by the gangs, and the gangs don't care who's in office, Republican or Democrat. They just want their money. They just want to be in control. They want the power. And that's the biggest problem with this country is that people want power, not equality. You look at the way they talk about women. Why do they talk women down so much? I don't understand that. I've worked with women. Some of them I didn't like because they took advantage of their sex and as opposed to actually earning positions. Not that they weren't capable of earning positions, but rather than take the long road, they took the shortcut. You know, and I worked with one like that, and it was a very bad situation. Nothing I couldn't handle, but it just made my work workday harder, and wasn't necessary for my workday to be that hard. But I've heard what they're saying now. He's a convicted felon. Well, these are considered minor crimes. This isn't something he's going to go to jail for 100 years for, or something like that. And he's not facing the death penalty, which he would in a treason case. I think that's why they're not charging him for treason. But it's doing him more good than it is, hurting him. People are starting to invest back into his stupid website thing, and they're supporting him because he's the underdog now. He's the bad boy, and he's going to get picked. What he's going to do is ruin this country. He got his son out there saying we're a third world country now. All right. If we were truly a third world country, somebody would have put a bullet in his head a long time ago. His son, okay, not him. His son would have been taken out behind a woodshed, so to speak, and beaten the shit out of. That's just, if we were a third world country. We're not a third world country. Are we in trouble? Yes. Are we still the best of the best? Yes. But I can see it on the horizon. I can see us falling to a third world level, because you're going to have a would-be dictator that's elected by public acclaim. It happens. It's happened everywhere in the world. It happened in Germany. It's happened in other countries. Usually more countries not as wealthy as we are, but it does happen. Germany was wealthy when it happened, and Hitler took over, and he blamed the Jews for all. He picked a nationality, and he blamed the Jews. Trump is picking immigrants as the reason this country is faulting. Now, I don't see immigrants coming in and becoming law professors. I don't see immigrants coming in and taking jobs from Americans, other than the lower paying jobs. I don't see them coming in and taking, without getting education here, without becoming citizens here, without having money here, becoming a chancellor of a college or something like that. And the ones that are coming in are very well respected, and the people that are coming in and doing that are the Indians, and nursing it's Filipinos. That's another story altogether. But the thing is, and like in the nursing field, they don't work for less money. So there's just people out there that don't want the job anymore. People are tired of that, waiting on other people and cleaning shit up off the floors and wiping people's asses and stuff. That's not a job that everybody can do. That's a special human being. And they are truly special human beings that do that. Whether they're Filipino or whether they're Americans, One of my first girlfriends, long-term girlfriend, first fiance, was a nurse from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. She was about as white as you could possibly be. I was very fond of her. I thought I was in love with her. I might have been. I don't know. Didn't work out because I'm an idiot. I was an immature idiot at the time, and what she was looking for, I still don't want. So that took care of that. But I'm just saying to you, you can't sit here and blame everything on immigrants. All right, Hitler did that. He blamed everything on the Jews, and they killed millions of them. Okay. Now you want to turn around and blame it on the world, basically, because the immigrants represent the world, not specifically one's location or another. He's picking on. I guess it seems to be that he's picking on Mexican immigrants more than anything else. And yeah, because of the close proximity and the level of the level of crime in Mexico due to the poverty that's in Mexico, you have cartels coming across the border from bringing in drugs because there's people that'll buy them. And why do they want drugs? Well, they're looking for escapism, you know. And the thing about like crack cocaine, all right, crack cocaine, you do a hit of crack cocaine and you're up here someplace. Wow, great, you know. Hi everybody down there. I'm having a blast, and then you come down, and the depression that follows that makes you want to do it again. You're taking the drug to get rid of depression, and what it does is it increases depression, increases self-loathing, you know. But that's Trump, you know. He doesn't. He has to blame somebody. He can't blame American industries, which are the ones that are at fault for everything that's going on. You know, he's not going to do that because that would be unpopular, and he'd never get elected dog catcher if he did that. So he blames immigrants. Everybody's got an immigrant in their neighborhood. But remember, we were all immigrants, you know, and we were racist, and we committed genocide. We did all those evil things, but nobody wants to talk about that. You know, people want to talk. What's wrong with this country? Why isn't it great? What's going to make it great? Okay, you're going to put all white people in office. You're going to get rid of the immigrants, and we're going to become great. Well, first of all, that's to stop that kind of thing is like not a 4-year proposition unless you want to declare nuclear war on Mexico, or you know, you're going to go down and kill all the cartel leaders in Colombia and Nicaragua and Panama and wherever else they're coming from, you know. You're not going to be able to do that. Crime is sort of like a cold. You can't really stop it. There's no cure for it. You can control it, but not the way I don't have the answer to that, so I'm not going to sit here and say, well, what we're doing is wrong, you know. We can't really control crime, so, you know, how do we stop all these problems we're having? I don't know. I'm not a genius, although I think I am sometimes, but not what this is concerned. Humans are the most complicated thing on the face of the earth at the moment. But, you know, a lot of people are looking to artificial intelligence to answer these questions. And they answer them by they'll come up with answers that are pure logic, and we're not going to like them either. You know, and it's going to cause problems that you know, I can look at and say this is going to happen, but this is not really something that people want to discuss, you know. They think you're full of shit when you bring the subject up, so I know I'm full of shit, but I try not to go around and ask for more problems than I already have. But, you know, so like I said, you know, what I did with waiting so long is I wanted to see what was going to happen. And actually, nothing's going to happen. He's going to still be able to run. The sentencing's July 11th or something like that. You're going to see a lot of money put into advertising and whatnot, and appeals and everything else. And this is going to go on until he's dead. Okay, till he dies of natural causes, folks. Don't get excited. But this is just going to go on forever. All right. This is when you have money, you can appeal forever. Now the big thing that you have to watch out for, though, is if the Supreme Court turns around and gives him immunity, you can say goodbye to democracy. You will have a dictator in place. So make sure you can genuflect and, you know, everything, because if you got arthritis, he might just shoot you because you can't bend over and kiss his ring. All right. Okay, that's it for right now. I'm still constantly reading the articles about what's going on. They're all repetitive, you know. There's nothing. Nobody's saying this, that, or the other thing, you know. The Republicans are idiots. Supreme Court's just a political arm of the Republicans right now. That has to stop. Uh, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how you get rid of a Supreme Court justice. They say some sort of impeachment, but if the Democrats don't control the Congress or and the presidency, I don't see that happening. So they're supposed to be a neutral arm of government, and they're not. They're basically white supremacists at the moment, and to some degree segregationists. Well, listen, I'm going to do some relaxing today. I think I'm done with the doctor for a while. I'm going to do some reading, political articles and whatnot. But unless I see something that sticks out and makes sense, I won't be back today. But I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great Friday. Party hardy, folks.